Funny how things change over time. Here I am, 44 years old in 2023. I am Andy Vanos. Me and my family live in North Texas in a town called Green. I'm married with 2 kids, a daughter that is 10 years old and a son that is 12 years old. Yet every time I look at them, I think what I was like at that age. But a lot of things have changed over time. Cell phones, internet, and whatever the hell meta means. My kids asked me the other day what me and my friends did for fun. An old memory popped into my head after they asked me that. The year was 1995, simpler times back then. I lived with my parents in South Texas in a town called Orange Grove. It was a small town that me and my friends called the Grove. About 3 or maybe 4,000 people lived here. Luckily for me, I live in a small neighborhood with about 6 other neighbors, and all had kids that are my age. We grew up together and go to school together. Hell, there's only one school with all the grades in it. I was 16 at the time. I had a close group of 3 friends. James is my age. We have known each other our entire life. He is the dork of our group, always making good grades. Jack is also my age. I've known him for 10 years. He moved here from Oklahoma. Good kid, not always the smartest. Then there's Ellen. She is 1 year older than us. She is cousin to James. She got held back a year in school for fighting. She's not a troublemaker, but will speak her mind. So that's the 4 of us. We live in the same neighborhood, and we all have the same classes together. We hang out on the weekends. We're not the most popular kid in school, so we don't exactly attend all the parties. In 1995, there wasn't much of internet or cell phones, so we mostly watched TV or played video games. One thing we enjoyed was watching scary movies. Living in a small town and scary movies, to me, those things just go hand in hand. Summer vacation had come to an end. The school year was starting again. This year we are starting our junior year or 11th grade. The only reason we were looking forward to this year was because next is our senior year. But that's getting too far ahead. We still need to get this year out of the way. This year was different than the rest. If I wouldn't have lived through this, I probably would never believe it. The first month of school went by as good as it could, fairly easy and nothing eventful. They started playing football on Friday nights. On Saturday nights, most of the kids partied out. My friends and me hang out on the weekends. We don't care too much for football. We do go to some of the games, but for us, it seems pointless. This Friday, we did something different. Friday in South Texas on a September, well, it still feels like summer. I'm sitting outside in my garage. I can see the stadium lights from the house. I'm just sitting here waiting for my friends to come over. Here comes James. What's going on, bro? Just here. You seen Jake and Ellen? I talked to Jack a couple of minutes ago. He should be on the way. As far as Ellen, well, I passed her house and she was arguing with her mom again. Of course, classic Ellen. We started to laugh after James' remark. Shortly after Ellen arrived, "What's up, dorks?" I look over to her, nothing rebel without a cause. That made her chuckle. Then Jack arrives. "Hey guys, sorry I'm late. My cousin Leroy is in town. I was just talking to him." I look at Jack. "Leroy, that's cool. I haven't seen him in a long time." "Yeah, me either. He's in town for the weekend. So what should we do, guys? Want to go to the game?" James asked. The 3 of us look at him and almost at the same time said no. We sat around my garage for about an hour, then the unexpected happened. Here comes Leroy, who is 21 and has his own car. He pulls up into the driveway and gets out of his car. Before he says anything, he lights up a cigarette. I have to admit, I always thought Leroy was cool. He walks up to us. "Hey guys, you look bored." I responded back, "Yeah, just a little bored. I remember when I was your age. Same shit, bored as hell." Back then, though, my friends and me, we went down the back roads. I looked at him curiously. The back roads? For what? Just to cruise and look for ghosts. We chuckled when he said ghosts. Then I said, "Ghosts, really?" Leroy takes a puff of his cigarette and then looks at us. "You guys ever heard of the Amargosa Bridge?" We stopped talking as that hit a nerve with us. Jack asked Leroy, "You know where it's at?" "Of course I do, little cousin. You guys want to go check it out?" The 4 of us were still sitting down. After Leroy said that, we looked at each other. I could tell they were nervous and so was I, but the intrigue was itching at me. I'm sure they wanted to go. They were just too nervous to say yes. So I stood up. Yeah, Leroy, let's go. Hell yeah, guys. Leroy flicked his cigarette. Get in, let's go. The other three stood up with smiles on their faces. We got in Leroy's car and left my house. After that, things would never be the same again.
Shadows choke the gravel road, whispers in the twisted trees, moonlight hissing cold and low, darkness crawling up my knees.